Because I like to wear my gloves in the winter?
No, because there isn't the least bit of adventure in you. Do you know what you are? You're a watcher. There are watchers in this world, and there are doers. And the watchers sit around watching the doers do. Well, tonight you watched, and I did.
Yeah, well, it was a lot harder to watch what you did than it was for you to do what I was watching.
You won't let your hair down for a minute? Boy, Paul, sometimes you act like a...
A what? A stuffed shirt?
I didn't say that.
That's what you're implying.
That's what you're anticipating. I didn't say you're a stuffed shirt, but you're extremely proper and dignified.
I'm proper and dignified? When? When was I proper and dignified?
The other night at Delfino's. You were drunk, right?
Right, I'm stoned.
There you are. I didn't know it until you told me in the morning. You're a funny kind of drunk. You just sat there looking unhappy and watching your coat.
I was washing my coat because I saw someone else washing my coat. Look, if you want, I'll get drunk for you sometimes. I'll show you a slob and make your hair stand on end.
It isn't necessary.
Do you know PJ Clark's last New Year's Eve? I punched an old woman. Don't tell me about drunks.
All right, Paul.
When else? When else was I proper and dignified?
Always. You're always dressed right. You always look right. You always say the right things. Very close to being perfect.
That's a rotten thing to say.
I have never seen you without a jacket. I always feel like such a slob compared to you. Before we were married, I was sure you slept with a tie.
No, just very formal sleeps.
You can't even walk into a candy store and ask the lady for a Tootsie Roll. You've got to walk up to the counter and point at it and say, I'll have that thing in the brown and white wrapper.
That's ridiculous.
And you're not. That's just the problem. Like Thursday night, you want to walk barefoot with me in the Washington Square Park. Why not?
Very simple answer. It was 17 degrees.
Exactly. That's very sensible and logical. Except it isn't any fun.
You know what, Corey? Maybe you're right. Maybe you would have been happier with someone a little more colorful and flamboyant.
You'd be a lot more laughs than a stuffed shirt.
Oh, I thought you said I wasn't.
Well, you are now.
I'm not going to listen to this. I got a case in court in the morning.
Where are you going?
To sleep.
You can't go to sleep now. We're having a fight.
You have to fight. When you're through, turn off the lights.
Oh, that's easy. You can even control your emotions.
Look, I'm just upset as you are. But when I'm hungry, I eat. And when I'm tired, I sleep. You eat and sleep too. Don't deny it. I've seen you.
Not in the middle of a crisis.
What crisis? We're just yelling a little.
You don't consider this a crisis. Our whole marriage hangs in the balance.
It does? When did that happen?
Just now. It's suddenly very clear that you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
Why? Because I won't walk barefoot in the park in the winter? You haven't got a case, Corey. Adultery? Yeah. Cold feet? No.
Don't oversimplify this. I'm angry. Can't you see that?
Corey, it's 2:15. If I can fall asleep in about a half an hour, I can get about 5 hours sleep. I'll call you from the court in the morning, and we can fight over the phone.
You will not go to sleep now. You will stay here and fight to save our marriage.
If our marriage hinges on breathing fish balls and poo-poo-poo pie, it's not worth saving. I am now going to crawl into our tiny little single bed. If you wish to join me, we'll be sleeping from left to right tonight.
You won't discuss it. You're afraid to discuss it. I married a coward.
Ha!
Oh, I hate you! I hate you! I really, really hate you!
Corey, there's one thing I learned in court. Be careful when you're tired and angry. You might say something that you regret. I am now tired and angry.
And a coward.
And I will now say something else you'd regret. Okay, Corey, maybe you're right. Maybe we have nothing in common. Maybe we rushed into this marriage a little too fast. Maybe two people should have to take more than a blood test. Maybe they should be checked for common sense, understanding, and emotional maturity.
All right. Why don't you get it passed in the Supreme Court? Only those couples bearing a letter from their psychiatrist proving they're well-adjusted enough will be permitted to be married.
You're impossible.
You're unbearable.
And you belong in a nursery school.
It's a lot more fun than the home for the fuddy-duddies.
out.
I'm sorry,
Oh, cry. For Pete's sake, go ahead and cry.
Don't you tell me when to cry. I'll cry when I want to cry. And I will not have my cry until you're out of this apartment.
What do you mean out of this apartment?
Well, you certainly don't think we're going to be living here together, do you? After tonight?
You're serious?
Of course I'm serious. I want a divorce.
A divorce? What?
I'm sorry, Paul. I can't discuss it anymore. Good night.
Where are you going?
To bed.
You can't, not now.
You did before.
But that was in the middle of a fight. This is in the middle of a divorce.
I can't talk to you when you're hysterical. Good night.
Corey, will you come back here? I want to know why you want a divorce.
I told you why. Because you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
And what about those 6 days at the plaza?
6 days is not a week late.
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. I just want a divorce.
You know, I think you really mean it.
I do.
You mean every time you have a little fight, you're going to want a divorce?
There isn't going to be any more little fights. This is it, Paul. This is the end. Good night.
Corey, do you mean to say, will you come back here?
Why?
Because I don't want to yell.
Afraid the crazy neighbors will hear us?
You're serious.
Dead serious.
You mean the whole thing, with signing papers, going to court, shaking hands, goodbye, finished, forever divorced.
That's what I mean.
All right then, I guess there's nothing left to be said.
I guess not.
Right, well, good night, Corey.
Don't you want to talk about it?
At 2:30 in the morning?
I can't sleep until this thing is settled.
Well, they take up to 3 months, so you might as well take a nap.
You don't have to get snippy.
Well, damn it, I'm sorry. But when I plan vacations, I'm happy. And when I plan divorces, I'm snippy. You want to plan this thing? Let's plan it. You want a quick divorce or a slow, painful one?
I'm going to bed.
You come back here, you'll get no divorce from me.
Try acting civilized.
Okay, I'll be civil. Charm you're not going to get. Now sit down, because there's a lot of legal and technical details to go through.
Can't you do all that? I don't know anything about legal stuff.
Oh, no, I'm the doer and you're the watcher. Isn't that right, Corey? Huh?
So this is what you're really like.
Yeah.
Fine. What do I have to do?
First of all, grounds.
Grounds.
Yeah, what's your reason for divorcing me? And remember, my failure to appreciate conditions will only hold up in a Russian court.
You're a scream, Paul. Why weren't you funny when we were happy?
Okay, how about incompatible?
Fine. Are you through with me?
Not yet. What about financial settlement?
I don't want a thing.
Oh, but you're entitled to it. Alimony, property. Supposing I just pay your rent.
Ha ha.
Oh, and you can keep the furniture and the wedding gifts. I just want to keep my clothes.
I hardly expected bitterness from you.
That's not bitter. That's a statement of fact. You're always wearing my pajamas and slippers.
Only after you go to work.
Why?
Because I like the way they Never mind. It's stupid. I'll sign over your pajamas and slippers.
And if you want, you can visit them once a month.
That's bitter.
You're damn right it is.
You have no right to be bitter.
Don't tell me when to be bitter.
Things just didn't work out.
Sure as hell didn't.
You can't say we didn't try.
Almost 2 whole weeks.
Better than finding out in 2 years.
Or 20.
Or 50.
I thought you weren't going to cry.
Well, I am. I'm going to have the biggest cry I ever had in my life. And I'm going to enjoy it. Because I'm going to cry so loud that I'm going to keep you wake up all night. Good night, Paul. I mean, goodbye.